And welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the Titans/Oilers edition. And yes, we actually have some Hall of Famers today, unlike the last couple weeks where we had a combined one Hall of Famer in 2 weeks. So let's get started. Drew, who is your number 4 Mount Rushmore for the Titans?
Mike Munchak.
Who is actually my number 2?
Oh. He's in consideration, but he didn't make my top 4.
Yeah, I read about him, but I didn't put him on my list.
Not on mine either.
All right, well.
So, too.
He's a 9-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All-Pro, and he's on the All-80s team.
Yeah, he was a good lineman.
I believed he played guard for the Oilers. So, I mean, again, it's a lineman. We don't really have stats for him.
Yeah, he was a guard. Hall of Famer, like you said, 9-time Pro Bowl, 8-time All-Pro, All-80s team. He actually has a touchdown, Ray.
Awesome.
Had a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
That's good.
Yeah, good deal.
Mm-hmm. And like Drew said, we don't really have any stats, but, you know, he played his entire career in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
12 seasons. So, yeah. Thought he was a worthy addition. He was also I can't remember what I was going to say. Doesn't matter. All right. Who else has a number 4?
I have number 4.
Wade, what you got, buddy?
I put Steve McNair with number 4.
He did not make my list.
He didn't make mine.
He was in consideration again, but he didn't make the list.
Steve McNair is my number 2.
Here we go. So McNair has 2.
This could be an interesting night, guys.
Yeah. McNair, he is an MVP. He took them to a Super Bowl, which most Titans/Oilers fans can't say.
It's fair.
Yeah. He was, as far as throwing the ball, he was a good thrower of the football, not great, but what made him dynamic was his ability to use his legs and be a good, solid thrower of the football. He was the face of the franchise in the late 90s, early 2000s. He has good career totals, nothing crazy, but good. And yeah, I think this is just as much of how good he is or I factored in popularity just as much as I did as how good he is. Growing up, he was the first Titans players I thought of when I was growing up. I'm not sure anyone's really surpassed him. Maybe Derrick Henry, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, McNair was the face of the franchise as I was growing up, and he's an MVP and took him to a Super Bowl. So.
Yep, that's who I remember. Well, Steve McNair.
I was just looking at the 99 playoffs when they went to the Super Bowl. He played 4 games and threw for 514 yards.
Ew.
It's 128 yards a game.
Yeah.
Not good.
He threw 1 touchdown and 2 picks. How did they make the Super Bowl?
And supposedly didn't they blow out the Jaguars? They must have really been running down people's throats.
Yeah, must have.
They beat him. I think they beat the Jaguars like 31-14 or
33-14. They beat the Colts 19-16, and they beat the Bills 22-16. And they scored 16 points against the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Right. Was Eddie George playing then?
Yeah, George was on this
Should've
team.
There you go.
Yeah, that's probably how they did it.
Eddie George that season had 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. So a really nice season, but not like
Not crazy.
holy crap.
Yeah.
In the 99 playoffs, McNair rushed for over 200 yards and ran for 3 touchdowns.
So
That helps a little bit. to know that. He was at least running around.
Yeah. I'm a little dumbfounded by that, but
I was always a little dumbfounded by his co-MVP with Peyton Manning.
yeah, it's not deserved.
It is not. But
I mean, he threw for 3,200 yards and 24 touchdowns and only 7 picks. So I mean, solid season. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not MVP.
I mean, let's go look at Peyton's season real quick.
Yeah, let's hear those numbers.
4,200 yards, so 1,000 more yards. 29 touchdowns, so 5 more touchdowns, and 10 picks, so 3 more picks. Not like it's a ton. And believe it or not, he only rushed for 112 more yards than Peyton Manning.
How many touchdowns rushing did Peyton get that year?
0.
Oh,
That's receiving. Oh, still 0. Yeah, still 0
He
rushing.
had 1 reception for -2 yards.
Yes, he did.
Peyton.
Honestly, Brady had about as good a season as McNair did.
Yeah.
And Jamal Lewis rushed for 2,000 yards that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe co-MVP with Peyton and Jamal.
And Priest Holmes rushed for 27 touchdowns that year.
Maybe he should be the MVP.
Yeah, I'm really beginning to doubt his MVP.
There's lots of people after Terrell Davis made the Hall of Fame. Everyone's like, well, if we're just doing this on like 2 or 3 year periods, you cannot not put Priest Holmes in the Hall of Fame. He had one of the most dominant like 3-year runs.
He did, but I guess the difference is Davis had 2 dominant years that led to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I disagree with Terrell Davis getting in. I disagree with Kurt Warner getting in personally. I just didn't think his excellence was sustained. But
It helped.
they're going the NBA direction by letting pretty much everybody get in now.
Some older NFL players said that. Like at first it was an honor, and then someone said now they're just
Wasn't
letting.
it Dion that said that?
Yeah, I think it was Dion. He said now they're just letting everybody in.
Yeah, he's bitched about it like 2 years in a row. Because this last class was kind of weaker.
McNair made 1 All-Pro,
Yeah, like 3 Pro Bowls.
3 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we got anything else to add on old Steve McNair?
Yeah.
All right. Who has the number 4 left?
I do.
Uncle Doug?
Mine's Warren Moon.
So is mine.
Oh.
Okay.
Warren Moon's my number 2.
He's my number 3.
Warren Moon's my number 1.
Oh, hey, we have a unanimous.
Hey, Warren's
right.
on the list.
Nice.
I'll be honest with you, though. I was a little taken back by how bad he is statistically.
Yeah.
How about the interceptions?
Well, he throws more interceptions than touchdowns like a bunch of years. The first 3 years in the league, he throws more interceptions than touchdowns. But his completion percentage is really garbage for quite a while. Like, I mean, his career is only 58. He led the league in interceptions multiple times. I'm not saying he's a garbage player. He did produce some really cool seasons.
Yeah, 9 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro, got a Player of the Year. The only reason I moved him down my list, because for a while, he was kind of the face of the franchise, but because he only played 10 of his 17 years there.
Yeah.
He did play several years other places.
But he is one of the first people I think of when you say Titans or
Back then,
Oilers.
yeah.
Definitely the Oilers. Him and someone else that we'll probably talk about later you think of.
Yeah. He played in the 80s and 90s and threw for almost 50,000 yards. So, I mean, it's pretty impressive. He still ended up with about 60 more touchdowns and interceptions, which is more than what we could say about some of the other guys we talked about.
And he started his career in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Forget how many years he played up there, but 2 or 3, I think. And I think maybe he won a title up there.
Well, he came in his rookie year in the NFL. He's 28.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm going to
so he
say
may
he
have
played
played
a
more
few
than that,
years.
yeah.
Yeah. But he did lead the league in passing twice. He led the league in touchdowns once. So, yeah, I went back and forth with Warren Moon before I put him on at the end of my list. But yeah, he definitely is a guy that's famous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, anybody else have anything to add?
It's not really positive, but he was on the losing end of the biggest NFL comeback in playoff history.
Played against the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
102 and 101. He's
Oh,
one game over 500.
hey, he's still over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in his career in Houston, he is 70 and 69. One game over 500.
Nice.
Oh no! While we're talking about that, this is crazy. Oh no, I gotta find it. It's the White Sox. They're like, I don't know. It's something insane. I just saw it on TikTok the other day. But like, at one point, their records are like identical. Like they've been 500 over like the last 50 years. Like if you add all the seasons up together, they're like, I don't know, but I don't know where. I can't find it right away, so I'm not gonna. But it was just crazy that since his was so close, it made me think about that.
Fair enough. All right. Does anybody have a 4 left?
This guy.
Ray, what you got, buddy?
Keith Bullock. Linebacker.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1 All-Pro, 1 Pro Bowl, 19 interceptions, 12 fumble recoveries. With like 1,100 tackles, I think. 1 defensive touchdown, 18 sacks, and 15 forced fumbles. So nice, solid defensive player to go on the old list there.
Yeah, he played almost his whole career in Tennessee. He played 1 year with the Giants. Yeah. He's a guy. He has more All-Pros than Pro Bowls. There you go, Wade.
Yeah.
1 Pro Bowl and 2 All-Pros. I remember watching him play.
Yeah, I remember him a little bit.
Yeah. He has 5 career touchdowns, Dre.
Yeah. See, doing work.
Of course, Ray picked him.
Doing work.
He did lead the league in tackles 1 year with 152.
See, doing work.
All right. Anything else to add? No, I take it nobody else had Bullock?
Mm-mm.
No.
There's a single for me.
Those singles don't seem to work out too well for us.
Yep, that means when I got to start making deals.
Mhm.
We all gotta start making deals.
All right, that's everybody's number 4, correct?
Yep,
Yep.
Who has a 3 left?
this guy.
Oh, I do.
Go ahead, Drew.
My number 3 is Bruce Matthews.
He's my number 1.
He's my number 1.
He's my number 2.
Oh, right.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus.
So 4 for Bruce. Okay, well, 14-time Pro Bowl, 10-time All-Pro, and he's a member of the All-90s team.
That says it right there.
Yeah.
14-time Pro Bowl, 10-time All-Pro.
I mean, there's nothing else to say after that.
Yeah, he's an
For a
offensive
line,
lineman.
but still,
Part of the
when
Matthews family.
when both those
Mhm.
numbers are in double digits,
Mm.
like, I mean, even though he's a lineman, still that's impressive.
And he
Yeah.
played all 5 spots on the offensive line
Yeah.
during his career.
It's a utility lineman, and
and he
it's fine.
played
It's right
like
there.
18 years, and I think he played the majority of the
I think he
games.
was All-Pro his last year.
He played every year of his career with this franchise. I mean, he moved from Houston to Tennessee
Right.
with them, but it's a whole year. And he was a Pro Bowler his last year, not
Pro
an
Bowler.
All-Pro.
Yeah.
And it said he started 293 out of 296.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing
Oh,
for a
yeah.
lineman.
For a lineman not to get, because you know how many times linemen get rolled up on for him not to miss more.
Yeah.
Crazy part. They talk about how versatile he is. He along the offensive line, he started 99 games at left guard, 87 at center, 67 at right guard, 22 at right tackle, and 17 at left tackle.
That's insane.
And was the long snapper on field goals and PATs and punts.
Oh my gosh.
That's just a reliable player right there.
Yeah.
For your line, like that's someone you need to like anchor your line.
And in 18 years, he had 32 penalties.
Wow.
And when we talk about Baselli having 45,
45 and 7 years.
7 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
32 penalties in 18 years.
Man, that's
he has less holding calls than he does years playing in the league. That's insane.
Pretty good.
10 holding calls and 15 false starts.
wow.
Wow, that's woo.
That's
Impressive.
impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did we mention he's on the All-90s team? Did we say that?
Yeah, I said it.
All right. All right. Anybody else have anything to add on Bruce Matthews? I believe he works for them now, doesn't he?
He may.
I think
don't
doesn't
know.
he work for the franchise now?
I can probably
sure.
figure it out.
He is a member of the Hall of Fame now, unlike
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Nobody else has anything?
Nope.
All right. Anybody have a 3 left?
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead, Uncle Doug.
Derrick Henry.
Oh,
Wow.
I like it. I like it.
I wasn't expecting it, but
I mean,
okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even look at Derrick Henry.
I didn't either.
I don't know. I really like Derrick Henry, and I know he hasn't been there that long. He does have a Player of the Year, 2 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, almost 7,000 yards, 65 touchdowns, 4.9 yards per attempt, 79 yards per game, and a 2,000-yard season. And still going.
He almost had 1,000 yards last year in 8 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like 4. He finished the season like 4th in rushing. And only played 8 games.
Well,
Yeah.
when he got hurt, he led the league in rushing for like another 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Until the other guys caught him.
So
It was insane.
Yeah, so I had to throw Derrick in there. So we
Mm.
talk about him a little bit.
He was on pace to run the ball over 450 times last year.
Yeah.
He would have been over 2,000 again.
That's nuts.
Easily with the extra game. He might have beat
I mean, he was
Eric Dickerson's record.
on pace for almost 2,000 yards, but his yards per carry were at 4.3. So, I mean, he was grinding up the middle a lot.
Yeah. I mean, the 2 years
A lot.
before that, he was both those seasons. He was over 5.
Yeah.
In 2020, he averaged 126 yards a game,
Yeah.
So
378 carries.
if he's not on their Mount Rushmore tonight, he's going to be in the future.
As long as he,
As long as he doesn't get hurt. Yeah.
If he can just put together really just a few more good seasons, even if he's platooning for 1 or 2 of them.
Well, he's almost already at 7,000 rushing yards.
Yeah, 65 rushing touchdowns. I mean,
He'll get over 1,000 receiving yards this year if he plays the season. He's like 150 yards short.
I'm saying he's not a huge pass catcher, but still, for someone like him to have that, it's just another milestone.
isn't it
Yeah.
crazy for one franchise to have 2 of the greatest power backs ever?
Well, and
Oh,
for
and-
power back, I
and
think
Eddie
he
George is
also
nothing.
has.
Is
Yeah.
nothing to
Yeah.
shake a stick
Yeah,
at.
I think he also has a 99-yard touchdown. I think he tied Tony Dorsett's
does.
Yeah,
record.
he
Henry
does.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
He and TD
I think it was against the Jaguars.
share the record.
And he also has a 94-yard run.
Yeah. I mean, he ran what, a 4.5?
Hey, he runs a 4.5
Hmm.
for how big he is.
Which, I mean, at that size, somebody that big coming at you at 4.5 speed.
They have him on here at 6'3", pretty much 250.
Yeah.
So that's nuts.
Well, I saw a question, and it says, how much money would it take you for someone to pay you to take a stiff arm from Derrick Henry?
I could take a stiff arm. I just don't want to get in front of him and have him
No.
run me over.
He broke
I'm
it.
not saying I would enjoy it. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying like I would rather him stiff arm me than
Than
put his
trample me.
shoulder down and put his foot in my
Wait,
chest.
Did you see what he
Yeah.
did yesterday at practice? He broke a helmet. Like they had like a helmet on like a stick for him to practice stiff arming. He stiff armed it so hard into the ground he broke it.
Hmm.
Well, at least he
Yeah.
went swinging a couple of helmets around other people.
I'm really surprised we haven't heard from the NFL on that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just dumb scheduling. Why schedule the 2 teams that played in the Super Bowl in the preseason?
Yeah.
It wasn't great, but at the same time, like if we're gonna talk about how dumb something is, that was really dumb from Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it was a bitch move.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that he's a bitch and I could beat him up or something stupid like that. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I have 2 helmets and I'm just gonna start swinging them at people. Like that was a bitch move, Aaron Donald. Like, what are we doing here?
Aaron Donald, Alex's number is 555.
Like, come on now. Like, and we had a guy just a couple years ago get suspended indefinitely for swinging
Yeah.
a helmet one time.
Yeah.
So like, I'm surprised we haven't heard from the NFL on this.
Yeah.
Well, then aren't they leaving it up to the Rams to punish him?
Oh, the Rams
Yeah.
said they're gonna punish him, but it's not public. I
Yeah.
don't know what it'll be.
What?
So-
100 suicides?
They don't want to suspend him. They're going to give him like $20,000 fine or something.
Yeah.
I want to suspend him if I was the Rams. It's my best fucking
Yeah,
money.
why would I suspend him if I'm the Rams?
Sure as hell wouldn't.
All right, who has a 3 left?
I do.
Ray, what you got, buddy?
Eddie George.
Eddie
Running back.
George.
Yeah, I thought about
I'm
old
not
Eddie.
surprised
He's
that
pretty
he would
good.
come up.
He was good.
Let's see. 21, 44 receiving yards, 10 receiving touchdowns, 64 rushing touchdowns, 10,000 rushing yards, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and 4 Pro Bowls and 1 All-Pro. So, not too crazy, but pretty solid stats. But there for a while, he was pretty notable for the team.
I want you all to listen to this real quick. This is his rushing attempts by year. 335, 357, 348, 320, 403, 315, 343, 312.
I'm surprised his career lasted as long as it did. They just wore him out.
That is 8 straight years of over 300 carries.
Man.
We don't see guys do that back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
Hardly ever.
That's
8 straight seasons of over 300 carries, one of which was a 400 carry season.
Yeah, he was a workhorse.
In 2000, when he rushed 403 times for 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns, which is 3.7 yards a carry.
Yeah.
You know what his career average yards a carry is?
3.8.
3.6.
Well, when you run it that many times, it brings it.
Yeah. He's literally just plunging up the middle for a yard or two over and over and over.
And did he get on a Madden cover at one point?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Eddie George was on a Madden cover.
Yeah.
He only had 2 seasons his whole career where he averaged 4 yards a carry.
That's Vince Young.
By the way, he finished 3rd in the MVP voting in 2000, averaging 3.7 yards a carry.
So, yeah. So, was I the only one with this guy?
Yeah, no, I didn't have him.
I didn't have him.
I didn't have him.
Another single.
All right. I still have a 3 left. Does anybody else?
Nope.
No.
My 3 is Earl Campbell.
Okay.
He's my
That's
2.
my number 1.
He's my number 1.
He's my number 2.
My list is complete.
No, I'm complete now.
Yeah, I'm done.
I couldn't, even though he does come to mind fairly quickly for me when I think of this team, is just so brief.
Mm-hmm.
That's where 7 years, and he was hurt a couple times in there. Like, now, don't get me wrong, he led the league in rushing his first 3 years in the league.
Yeah.
3 Offensive Players of the Year, 1 MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie of the Year.
He was
5
second
Pro Bowls,
MVP the
3
other 2
All-Pros.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns, 1,600 yards and 19 touchdowns, 1,900 yards and 13 touchdowns.
And
That's his first 3 years in the NFL.
yeah, he's nuts. He might be the best power back ever. Like, he's in the conversation.
Yeah.
When you think of, like, just pure power running backs, he's he should be one of the first couple names that pop in your head.
There's a run that he made. I think it was on Monday Night Football. And I forget how. It was a long run. And he just powered through some people.
Let's do that.
He liked the old tearaway jerseys for a while. And
Oh, okay.
just being tatters. And he'd just kind of be shuffling along.
He was running bitches over left and right.
Oh, yeah.
He'd run multiple over in one run.
Yeah, he was nuts.
Yeah, just slam into him, bounce off, keep going.
I mean, the punishment he was dealing out, and back then the way football was played, I mean, that's why his career is so short. He just wore himself down.
Well, and he took a pounding at Texas, too. 'Cause, I mean, he was everything at Texas.
Yeah, they workloaded him at Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an absolute animal for his first 4 years. He gets hurt for the first time, comes back, has another good year, and then it's pretty much over.
Yeah.
Did all of us have Earl?
No, I didn't have him.
Oh.
So, does anybody else have anything to add on old Earl Campbell?
Not really.
No.
Does anybody have anybody left?
No.
Everybody's good.
Yeah.
That's 8 guys.
Jesus.
A bunch of singles up there.
We got Warren Moon as our only unanimous. So Warren Moon is on the list. We have Bruce Matthews and Earl Campbell on 4 lists. We have Munchak and McNair on 2, and then we have 3 guys with 1.
Bruce Matthews might have more All-Pros than everyone else in that list combined.
You might be right.
I mean, I'm being sarcastic. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, I know you're being sarcastic, but I bet it would be.
closer than you think, though.
Yeah, it'd be close. Yeah. Because even Earl Campbell, who's a Hall of Famer, only has, 4?
Yeah, like maybe 3.
Yeah.
I don't remember. McNair only has 1. Moon only had 1 or 2.
He has 1. Moon only has 1.
1. Henry only had 1, I think, or at least 1 first team. I don't know if he had a second team.
I think Munchak had a handful. Let me look. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. He has 8.
Well, that'd fuck it up.
Yeah, he's got 8. Yep. Well, the 2 offensive linemen combined definitely have way more than the rest of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Moons in.
We need to get Matthews and Earl Campbell in.
Well, here, I'll make it easy for the Matthews vote.
Okay.
I'll take Bullock off my list,
Okay.
Put
Yeah.
Matthews on.
and we'll put
Okay.
a big unanimous for Matthews.
All right. So we got Warren Moon and Bruce Matthews.
So we got that one.
And we have 3 running backs.
We do. And 2 of them have 1 vote.
And we got, I guess we have a second quarterback, and then, was he an offensive lineman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have Earl?
I don't.
Ray.
Well, you have Eddie George, right?
That's correct.
Well, I'll give up Henry if you'll give up Eddie and come to Earl.
I can put a deal on that
Wheeling,
one.
dealing rascals now.
That's right.
Yeah,
I like it.
We'll do the running backs. We'll consolidate the running backs into Earl.
Deal.
Playing Let's Make a Deal again.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's our new favorite thing to do.
We got McNair and Munchak, yeah.
I like our different strategies. We go to the boards. We make deals.
All right, so we're looking at McNair and Munchak as the last 2 guys for our final spot, with Moon, Matthews, and Campbell on the list.
Well, I think Munchak was better. I think more people know who McNair are.
I would say more people know who McNair is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound sadistic in any way, but even McNair's death was highly televised and
Yeah.
like a big deal. So, like, he's been famous for a long time.
He did get him to the Super Bowl, and he's got an MVP.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
We discussed that MVP.
Well, I know.
It's a shared MVP, and it's
Yeah.
pretty.
When you talk about Derrick Rose, you still say MVP Derrick Rose.
That's true. That's true.
If you're talking about Steve Nash and Kyrie Irving's talking,
Oh
Steve
my
Nash ain't got
gosh.
no
Steve
Irving.
Nash does not deserve either one of those. Don't get me started on it.
Kyrie Irving told him the other day he needs to give him back. He should have
give him Kobe. Yeah.
Disrespectful little asshole.
He also said that Kobe should be the logo.
The logo's fine. People need to leave it alone.
Yeah, everyone's trying to change it. Just leave it.
Well, you know what kind of deal I'd make if I was Steve Nash?
Oh,
No.
Tell Kyrie, I'll give back the MVPs if you get vaccinated.
Oh, well. Fair enough.
And then
I
watch
know he ain't
Kyrie-
doing that.
What if Kyrie did and Nash had to give him back? that would be
the
pretty
day.
funny.
That would be the day.
I wouldn't make that deal if I was Nash.
No, I'm not giving back my 2 MVPs if I got them.
No.
No, I'd just that'd be a. You didn't. I mean, I'm not signing a contract to do that. I'd be like, I'll give them back. You just get vaccinated.
Well, there's 5 of us. Do we go to the boards?
Let's do it.
I think so. Dun dun dun.
So who voted for these 2 guys, by the way? I have Munchak.
I have Munchak.
I have McNair.
I have McNair.
Oh,
I didn't have either one.
All right.
Oh,
perfect.
so maybe it should just come down to Doug then.
I mean, I don't care what we do.
That would be the deciding vote.
Let's just all 5 vote.
Okay. Let's just vote. Yeah, why not?
Let's see where this goes.
have Uncle Doug go last to keep the suspense.
Yeah.
Sure. Is that everybody?
Yeah.
All right, I put Munchak.
Munchak.
McNair.
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 Yeah.
I finally won the boards. I don't know what I won the boards for.
How did I lose with an 8-time All-Pro?
How did we lose with the old guy, and the old guy said no to him?
Sorry.
It's only because you beat McNair in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
If he would have beat you,
He
he would.
almost beat it.
Yeah, he came within like a yard or two.
Yep.
Like they used to say back on the old Hollywood squares. Circle gets a square. We got that one.
All right. That wraps up our voting, and we'll send.
shoot.
We will have our 4 players here, and the Mount Rushmore for the Houston Oilers / Tennessee Titans are as follows: running back Earl Campbell, offensive lineman Bruce Matthews, quarterback Warren Moon, and quarterback Steve McNair. So
Just to give a little shout out to the defense, Ray mentioned Bullock. There's a couple of old Oilers. Elvin Bethea, 8 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, had 105 sacks. He was solid. And Robert Brazil,
I looked at him.
7 Pro Bowls, 6 All-Pros, 48 sacks, 14 forced fumbles, 13 interceptions, Rookie of the Year.
I was on a Titans website today, and this is how they described Brazil. And so I got super hyped, and then I went and looked at his reference page, and I was disappointed. So maybe that's why I didn't make my list. But they described him as the original Lawrence Taylor. And then I went and looked and saw he had 48 career sacks, and I was
Yeah.
like,
He was good. He wasn't Lawrence Taylor good.
I liked Ken Houston.
Yes.
Very, very good. He just left.
Right,
of
that
his
was the
career.
problem. He played 6 years there and like 8 years in Washington.
Yeah.
But he had 12 Pro Bowls, 4 All-Pros.
I always really liked Javion Kearse.
Yeah.
So he was consideration on my list.
Curse was
So-
really good, but it was, again, just for a shorter
Yeah,
period of
so-
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Oilers Titans have had some really good defensive guys too. They just
Mhm.
didn't quite rise to the level of our
Well, let me
guys.
ask this question like I asked last week. Maybe we should have asked this every week. Is there anybody currently on their team that we could be, other than Henry, who already had a vote, anybody currently on their team that we might be talking about in 5 to 10 years?
Simmons. He's probably the second or third best defensive tackle in the league.
Is there any
Yeah,
lineman?
Absolute animal.
I don't know how long the linemen are tenured. Like, if there's been one that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't pay attention how long the linemen have been there, really.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the Titans linemen are.
They've got a big left tackle that's been there a while.
Yeah.
Taylor Lewan.
He was pretty good there for a little bit.
Didn't he leave, though?
He may have left.
I thought he
now.
signed with the Browns.
Oh, I
He
don't
may have
know.
left.
Maybe, I don't know.
I know he was
mean,
there
don't-
last year because
Don't
he gave
quote
up.
me on that.
He gave up like 6 sacks in a game to Chandler Jones or whatever
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
But he was coming off a severe injury where he'd missed like the whole year before. and
Yeah.
Just a rough first game. But Simmons is on his way to being the
Yeah,
upper echelon of
Simmons
defensive
is-
tackles.
Yeah, he is a beast.
Because you have like Aaron Donald by himself, and then you have like 3 or 4 guys that are just legit, and he's one of those guys.
I agree.
Him and Chris Jones and DeForest Buckner and probably a few other guys I'm forgetting. But
Was there anybody else on there? To be honest with you, he's not there anymore, so it doesn't count. But A.J. Brown's career started off pretty awesome.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I thought about him.
they have a Bird. He's a All-Pro safety.
Jadarius Bird.
Oh, yeah.
He's very, very good as well.
Yeah, forgot about him.
Yeah, he's very good all-around safety.
And they have, not that I think he may not be an all-time great, but I really like Harold Landry, the outside linebacker, but he's a pass rusher. But anyway,
What about Tannehill?
no. No, all of this could change if they win a Super Bowl. If they have a quarterback that has a Super Bowl, even if it is Tannehill, he's got a case. I mean, we brought up Nick Foles in the Eagles episode, and he played 2 seasons.
Right.
Like winning a Super Bowl is a big deal. If Tannehill plays 5 or 6 seasons there and has a Super Bowl, he's definitely in the conversation. Because I bet his numbers are better than both the quarterbacks we put on the list.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's got like 30,000 yards and like a little under 200 touchdowns passing. So he's about McNair territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Warren Moon has a ton of yards. That's what separates
does,
him.
yeah.
But yeah.
You know, if you're Miami, though, you got to be real salty that you had Tannehill for his whole first contract, and he looked like hot garbage, and he goes to another team in his first year there. He's a Pro Bowler.
AFC Championship appearance.
Yeah, like,
Well, again, everyone hated on him for the Dolphins, and he wasn't the best quarterback in the league or anything, but he put up better numbers than half the league. And if you have a guy that's at least in the top half of the league, you're usually fine.
He was also with Adam Gase when I saw how that worked.
Yeah. And he was throwing for like 25 touchdowns and 15 interceptions and like 3,500 yards and running around.
here's the thing that kills me with Adam Gase. He clearly is a crappy coach. He clearly probably has something wrong with him. Some of the things he says and does, you're like, what's going on here? But the reason he kept getting job after job after job was Peyton Manning kept going to bat for him. And I'm like, Peyton, dude, like, you're making yourself look bad at this point. Like, stop. Like, obviously this guy is not good at his job. You were the offensive coordinator, not Adam Gase. Like,
But if you're the Jets, you also should know that
yeah.
and not hire him
Right.
or the Dolphins.
all right. Well, that is the end of the Titans-Oilers portion of this episode, and we'll move us into trivia. Drew, are you ready, sir?
Yeah. What two teams played the first NFL game after 9/11?
I guessed.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I guessed.
All right, I put Patriots-Ravens.
Okay.
I said Giants and Patriots.
Putting Giants and Cowboys.
Okay.
I said Patriots and Dolphins.
Packers and Redskins
Hmm.
on Monday Night Football.
What day of the week was 9/11 on?
I don't know.
So it was a
It
school
was
day.
during the week because I was at work.
Yeah, I'll say it was a school day. I remember that.
I want to say Wednesday. I want to say it was a Wednesday.
I don't know.
I obviously don't know.
I just know it was during the work
Yeah.
week because I was at work when it happened. But I
So,
don't remember.
if it happened during the week, did they cancel the Sunday games but play the Monday night game? Is that what we're saying?
I don't think the game was played till like September 22nd or 23rd.
Mm.
So I think they skipped a whole week because they shut down all.
But
There were no planes flying. There was nothing.
well,
for
yeah,
a
I knew
while.
that. But I'm saying, like, why would a Monday night game be the first game back?
Yeah, that's weird.
That means they would have skipped Sunday into Monday,
Yeah,
which is the same week of games.
right. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
And I would have guessed. I mean, that's why I said the Giants. I was figuring it would be a New York team.
Yeah, that's why I guess Giants.
I guess Patriots because they made a big deal about the Patriots that year.
That's why I put them in there too.
Mm-hmm. And they won the Super Bowl that year, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be the
Yeah,
part of
they
their
do.
first three-peat, I think.
Yeah.
Or not three-peat, 3 out of 4 or whatever.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
I'll go. All right. My new stat of the day is yards from scrimmage. Everyone knows number 1, 2, and 3. Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, all have over 20,000 yards from scrimmage. But there's 2 players right below them with over 19,000. Who are they? So you're looking for running backs and wide receivers.
I got to guess.
I guess tight ends would count as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hmm.
Okay, I'm locked in.
I got mine. Drew?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay.
Uncle Doug.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
I put Thurman Thomas and Marshall Falk.
Okay.
I got Tomlinson and Fitz.
Okay.
I said Barry Sanders and Steve Large.
I said Marvin Harrison and Tony Gonzalez.
It is. Marshall Falk is 1. And Frank Gore.
Oh.
LT's right
Marshall.
below him with like 18,000.
I
Marshall's
said.
receiving yards is what put him over the edge.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause I was gonna say LaDainian Tomlinson. He's like 5th all time in rushing yards now, and he has a boatload of receiving yards. So I was like, oh, that's a good guess. And Fitz is 2nd all time in receiving yards now, behind Jerry Rice. So I was like, that's a good guess.
But the running backs get rushing yards and receiving yards.
Yeah.
So Marshall, was like, what, 13, 14,000
I
yards
knew
rushing.
Thurman
like,
led the league in yards per scrimmage for like 4 years in a row,
Yeah.
so I figured he had.
I know he's way up the list on rushing, but I wouldn't have come up with Frank Gore. I just
No.
don't think of him. I think of these
so
all-time
long.
greats.
when he played 15 years, and even if he was really never a great pass catcher, but if you catch 30, 40 balls a year for 15 years, you're going to accumulate some yards
Yeah, that's
receiving.
true too. All right, who would like to go next? Good question, Wade.
I'll go. Okay. Can't talk about the Titans and not talk about the Rams Super Bowl.
Oh, boy.
All right. The tackle.
Yep.
We all know about the tackle.
Tackle.
Okay. We all know that Mike Jones made the tackle.
I thought you were going to ask because I knew it. I was getting
I
ready to
knew
write it
my-
down.
Who did he tackle?
Oh, I see the receiver.
I think I know.
I gotta guess.
I'm probably wrong now that I'm bragging.
I'm ready.
I think this is him, though.
I think it is. I remember you've said it enough times when I've asked, who did he tackle? Like I said, who did Mike Jones tackle? Then you're like, his name. And I think.
You got it? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to guess.
Dyson.
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 I don't know.
Kevin Dyson.
Woo.
Who later went to another Super Bowl with the Ravens, didn't he?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, they went to the Super Bowl the next year, didn't they?
The Ravens with the very
Yeah,
next year?
They
yeah,
won
they won.
2000.
Yeah, they won the very next year.
Hmm.
And then they didn't go again until Ray Lewis's last year, so they probably didn't.
Probably right then. All right. Ray, you got one, buddy?
Oh, I do.
He's grinning, so this ought to be good.
Oh, boy.
Who is the Cowboys' all-time leading rusher in a season?
Oh, I was gonna say, you asked who the Cowboys' all-time leading rusher is? Come on now.
I have
But
an
in a
answer.
season.
In a
I
season.
have an answer, too.
In a season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in a season, I got it.
I got to guess.
I got to guess.
All right, I said Murray.
Murray.
I said Zeke.
It is DeMarco Murray
Let's go.
with 1,845 yards in the 2014 season.
I knew it.
Then they let him go.
Yeah, then they
He went to the Eagles.
Yeah. Then he went to the Titans after that, I think.
Yep. Well, the three of us just got back-to-back questions right. All three of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alex is climbing. Ooh.
Got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Hey, copyright.
Yeah.
It's over 5 seconds.
I caught myself last week.
All
If it's
right.
over 5 seconds.
My question's not overly hard, so I assume people are going to get it right.
Oh,
At
boy.
least somebody. But what year did the team move from Houston to Tennessee?
Shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
And by the way, I had to word that the way I worded it. 'Cause I said they moved from Houston to Tennessee, not Houston to Nashville.
Oh.
It's their first year they didn't play in Nashville.
That's right. Yeah. I got an answer.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I got a year.
Is that everybody?
Yeah.
What you got?
Put 98.
96.
I said 96.
98.
298s, 296s?
It's 97.
It's 97.
97.
When they played in Memphis their first year in Tennessee, and then they moved to Nashville, and that's where they're at. That was funny, guys. 298s, 296s, it's 97. All right. Well, after this week's tallies, which we gave out a decent amount of points this week.
Yeah.
Me and Drew kept answering the same questions, so there was really no separation there.
So after this week's tallies, the scores are as follows. In first place is Wade with 22. In second place is Drew with 21. And third place is Uncle Doug with 15. How in the hell in 2 episodes did you jump 6 points ahead of Uncle Doug?
Yeah,
You guys were tied like 3 episodes ago.
Right. Well, they both got multiple the last 2.
Yeah, we've answered one right at least each week.
Wow.
For a few weeks in a row.
And then Alex has 9. The guests have 5, and Ray has 4. I took advantage of there no guests tonight. I got 2 questions right tonight. So, the comeback has started.
That's right. The rehab helped.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's
All
a
right.
moment in time when Alex wouldn't say his score.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I was at 2 for like 6 weeks or something. It was ridiculous.
Alex would say our 3 scores. All right, next week.
Yeah, that's true. We were losing. Both me and Ray were.
It
both
was the
losing.
Bills episode where like, Alex, P. Don Beebe, finished the play.
All right. Well, we appreciate you tuning in for this Titans/Oilers episode, and we would appreciate you. Holy crap! Who we haven't? Oh yeah, we appreciate you tuning in next week for the Colts, the only team left in the division. I was like, man, what division are we going to? Oh, we still have a team left in this division for the Indianapolis Colts.
The best team in the division.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
clearly, I mean, we just had 3 crap weeks. I'm going to put in an official complaint to the NFL that you guys get to play in this division.
Your division is just as shitty right now.
You mean the winningest division in the history of football?
I said right now. The NFC least has
Yeah,
been
that's why it's
quite
called the
shitty
NFC
for a while.
least. The NFC least that had 2 playoff teams last year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You guys only had 1.
We have the same record as you.
Play
Yeah,
better.
we beat teams with a winning record and still didn't make the playoffs. You didn't beat a single team with a winning record and made the playoffs because your division sucks dick.
And it's the same as yours.
Then they're equal.
You guys lost to the Jaguars.
We had to beat the Jaguars.
Anyway, well, I don't know where I was at, but yeah, next week for the Colts. And thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.